And I finally had the courage to use the lactation rooms for my fourth child to pump breast milk for her. My older children, I was discouraged from doing so. And by the last one, I said I was going to do it. The men on the desk would moo at me. They would leave stuffed cows on my desk. They would gesture like they were squeezing breasts. And so I would just kind of talk, I would mention stories like this. And their reaction was so incredulous. And don't get me wrong, I knew it was a messed up thing to have happen to me, but seeing the expression from someone not from that world really made me pause and say, wow, I was really part of something really toxic. And then as 2016 evolved, the Me Too movement really took steam. And I found that I was in a world where appetite for authentic stories. And that kind of theme, even transcends Me Too to today. I know, like, I love watching on Netflix documentaries and kind of real life stuff. Who needs to make up stories? I think the human condition has enough drama and interest to carry a great story. And so I was really encouraged by all these people telling their stories. I said, you know what? I think I need to start writing mine down. And I always loved to write as a young girl, as a teenager. In fact, I started university and I wanted to be an English major. I had a great freshman year. Then sophomore year, I didn't quite see eye to eye with my professor. English is very subjective, right? You're at the opinion of your professor. And so I moved to math because 2 + 2 always equals 4. So I knew whether or not I got along with my professor, there was a universal truth about math. So I switched to math and I kind of let my writing go to the wayside. And then certainly with my career, I never had a chance to. So I started writing. And then I said to myself, well, Jamie, if you're going to write a book, you need to take some writing classes. So I started studying under Jules Swales. I had a friend who lived in LA who studied with Jack Grapes and heard about this new program. And I made it my mission to write the book. And at the time, I wasn't working outside the house because I had these young kids, but this kind of became my side hustle. And it wasn't I was necessarily paid for at the time, but it was just really important to me to have something of mine away from being a spouse, away from being a mother. I worked on it for a couple of years, wasn't sure where it was going to go, didn't know if it would stay in a box in my basement or if maybe I would self-publish it. And then through a bunch of amazing connections, I, very short order from when I finished it, secured an agent and secured a publisher. It's been an amazing experience. In a lot of ways to, number one, feel empowered to really speak about what happened at that organization. I felt that most of my career I was silenced. So there's something empowering for that. Also, it's highlighted in my book that not only was I a victim of the negative environment, but I perpetuated a lot of the toxicity. So it was a bit of my way to make amends to the people that I hurt in the process. And also, I just love opportunities that come up. And isn't it amazing that even in your mid-40s, you can completely redefine yourself into an author? And then while I was also writing my book, I got trained up as an executive coach because, and I'm sure we'll touch about this maybe in our conversation, but when I graduated college, what I really wanted to be was a social worker and help others. And my parents discouraged me because they felt it wouldn't make enough money. So being an executive coach now kind of scratches that social work itch where I feel like I'm helping others, but that I'm also marrying some of the real life practical skills I learned at Goldman. So that was kind of a full circle answer there.